Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to peel back the layers on some truly incredible people. The folks who, well, quite literally keep our world turning 1 mile at a time.
Truck drivers.
Exactly!
Yeah.
Truck drivers. Seriously, just take a second and think about their impact, right? They haul the goods that stock our shelves, they fuel our homes, make sure hospitals get supplies. They really keep the economy rolling.
It's fundamental. Absolutely.
And so many of us, we just take the highways for granted. But these drivers, they know every single bend, every bump, every little back road like the back of their hand.
Years of experience right there.
For sure. Now, when we start talking about modern tech finding its way into the truck cab, there's often this kind of knee-jerk reaction. All these new gadgets, you've got dash cams, electronic logging devices, lane departure warnings, collision alerts. It can easily feel like Big Brother is riding shotgun, just watching your every move.
Yeah, I get that feeling. It's
Okay.
understandable.
It's a totally fair thought, especially if you're used to the open road being, just you and the rig. But what if that wasn't the whole story? What if these tools were actually designed for you to help you? Okay, let's unpack this.
What's fascinating here is that initial feeling, that perception, often doesn't quite match the real reason this tech was developed in the first place.
Okay.
Our mission today, really, is to challenge that feeling of being watched. We want to show how this technology wasn't built to track you. Fundamentally, it was built to protect you.
Protect you? How so?
Think of it less like surveillance and more like a safety net, or maybe your co-pilot, always vigilant, and sometimes, in those really critical moments, maybe even your guardian angel.
Guardian angel, huh?
Yeah, these tools, they're designed to genuinely have your back, not breathe down your neck.
That's a really powerful way to reframe it, and I bet a lot of drivers would be interested to hear more about that perspective.
I hope so.
And speaking of big changes, let's talk about something most drivers are very familiar with now, the electronic logging device, the ELD.
Ah, yes, the ELD.
Remember those old paper logbooks, tucked in the visor maybe, filling them out by hand at every stop?
Oh, absolutely. The end of an era, really. ELDs came in and just completely transformed that whole process, replaced the paper with these, smart automatic systems.
Right.
But they do way more than just track hours for compliance. For the driver, these devices offer some really significant benefits that maybe get overlooked sometimes.
Like what?
Well, first off, they genuinely protect your time and your well-being. By automatically logging your hours, the ELD acts like this impartial referee, you see.
All right.
And make sure you're not pushed to drive too long, especially when fatigue can become, a serious danger. It's like having this automated backup saying, nope, rules say you need rest. And frankly, your body probably does too.
So it enforces the brakes.
Exactly. And it's not just about rules. It's helping create healthier schedules. Some companies are actually using ELD data now, not just for compliance checks, but to optimize driver comfort.
Really?
By pre-planning routes with good rest stops, avoiding peak traffic, it can lead to a better quality of life on the road. And, practically speaking, yeah, they massively reduce the risk of fines and penalties.
Because the logs are clean.
Because your records are automatically clean,
Oh.
accurate, less stress during inspections, right? And maybe most importantly, no more scribbling logs by hand, worrying about mistakes or forgetting something. It's kind of like cruise control for your schedule.
Cruise control for your schedule. I like that. Does that automation also maybe free up some mental energy so drivers can focus more on the actual driving instead of the paperwork?
Oh, that's a great point. Absolutely. Taking that logging task off your plate means less cognitive load. You can keep your focus where it needs to be on the incredibly demanding job of handling that truck.
Makes sense. And if a driver was skeptical at first, is there a common story or example that helps shift their view, seeing the ELD as protective, not just a tracker?
Yeah, definitely. I've heard so many stories where the ELD data proved a driver hadn't gone over their hours, even when maybe a dispatcher was pushing them or the schedule was tight. It backs them up objectively.
Right.
When drivers realize the ELD says no for them to potentially unsafe demands, that's often the turning point. It's not just about what you can't do, it's about what it stops others from making you do.
That's a crucial difference. Okay, so ELDs help keep you rested, compliant. But what about active help on the road? This is where some of that advanced safety tech comes in, right?
Exactly.
Things like lane departure warnings, forward collision avoidance, blind spot monitoring. Some of our sources today used a great analogy. It's like having a passenger gently say, hey, heads up, instead of a cop saying you're in trouble. How do they actually provide that kind of proactive support?
It's all about giving you that extra layer of real-time information, that extra awareness. Take lane departure warning. If your truck starts to drift out of its lane and you haven't signaled, you might get a little beep or maybe a vibration in the seat. Some even give a tiny nudge to the steering wheel, just a reminder to correct your course.
Just a nudge.
That tiny alert, which you might barely notice sometimes, could be the thing that stops a huge accident, especially if you're tired or just distracted for a split second.
Oh, okay.
Then you have forward collision avoidance. This uses radar, cameras, sometimes both, to constantly watch the distance and speed between your truck and the vehicle up ahead.
Right.
If it thinks you're getting too close, or if someone slams on their brakes, it can warn you first. And in a lot of the newer systems, your truck might actually start to slow down or even brake on its own to lessen the impact, or hopefully avoid it completely.
Automatically braking, that's significant.
It really is. And blind spots, anyone who's driven a truck knows how massive they are. Blind spot monitoring is fantastic. It gives you an alert, usually visual or audible, if something or someone is hiding in that area you just can't see. Super helpful in busy city traffic, changing lanes on a packed highway, or even just maneuvering in tight spots.
Yeah, I could see that being incredibly useful.
It really is like that analogy, you know. A kid sees a toy about to fall off a table. They instinctively reach out. These systems are designed to sort of catch the truck, or at least warn the driver, before trouble really starts. They act like that helping hand in a split second, where human reaction might just not be fast enough.
That analogy really drives it home, the proactive part. Are there specific situations, maybe near misses, where these systems really prove their worth? I mean, I could see a veteran driver, someone who's seen it all, maybe scoffing at a lane departure warning initially.
Oh, absolutely.
Have you heard from drivers like that who were skeptical, but then had a moment where a system genuinely surprised them, maybe saved them?
Definitely. I've heard from drivers, even really experienced ones, admit that these systems caught them during a moment of like micro sleep or just a brief distraction. A really common one is the lane departure warning going off on a long, boring stretch of highway, just when your focus might have drifted for a second. Or the collision warning alerting them to a car, cutting them off, or stopping suddenly in traffic.
Situations where every millisecond counts.
Exactly. Reaction time is everything. And that split-second warning, that nudge, it makes all the difference. That's usually when the skepticism kind of melts away, replaced by, well, gratitude.
Gratitude. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, that brings us to dash cams. I know these can spark even more debate, especially cameras that might be pointed inward into the cab.
Right, the inward-facing camera.
We've definitely heard the concerns about privacy, about feeling like you're under constant surveillance. How do you address those concerns? They're legitimate, right? And what's the scenario where an inward-facing camera really protects a driver?
Look, it's a completely understandable and valid concern. Privacy is important, and it's crucial to address it directly. The way you look at dash cams often shifts, though, when you see how they're really designed to protect the driver.
Okay.
After an accident, for example, that footage, it can be absolutely invaluable. It gives you this objective, unblinking record of exactly what went down. No more he said, she said.
Just the facts.
Just the facts. That clarity can save you from a massive headache, a long investigation. It can get the situation resolved quickly and hopefully in your favor.
Right.
And it's not just accidents. Dash cams are a really strong defense against false claims. Sadly, things like fake accident reports or even claims about damaged cargo happen.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Insurance companies, fleets, they increasingly use dash cam video to shield drivers from those bogus claims. Saves drivers from potential lawsuits, higher insurance rates, damage to their professional record.
Okay, so outward-facing cams make a lot of sense for protection. What about the inward-facing ones? That's the tricky one for privacy.
That's the one that feels most intrusive, absolutely. And it's vital to understand how they're typically used. Many fleets have policies stating they only review that inward footage after a specific incident occurs, like a hard brake, a swerve, or an actual collision.
So it's not usually live monitoring.
Not typically for constant surveillance, no. It's event-triggered. The best-case scenario for an inward camera. Maybe defending a driver against a claim of cargo theft by showing they followed all the security steps. Or proving they weren't distracted right before an incident. It can even help show a third party was truly at fault in a situation where liability is unclear. It protects your professional reputation, your job. It's an impartial witness to what you were doing inside the cab.
Okay, so the bottom line really is that dash cams Even the inward-facing ones, when used properly, are there to protect your license, your record, and, yeah, ultimately your paycheck.
Exactly.
It's like an unblinking witness that has your back when questions come up. That's a big shift from feeling watched.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to GPS and fleet management tools. GPS isn't just turn left in 500 feet anymore, is it? Oh, not even close. It's evolved way, way beyond basic directions.
So what does this all mean for the driver today? How does this advanced stuff actually make their job, easier or safer?
You're absolutely right. It's like night and day compared to basic navigation. Modern GPS, especially when it's integrated with these fleet management systems, it creates this really smart toolbox. It's all designed to streamline the driver's job and seriously boost safety and efficiency.
A smart toolbox.
Yeah, these aren't just about getting from A to B anymore. Fleet management tools pull in data from all over the truck, engine performance, fuel use, route efficiency, giving both the driver and the company a much clearer picture. The goal is making your journey smoother, more predictable.
How specifically?
Well, for instance, we now have really sophisticated truck-specific routing.
Ah, okay. So it knows you're in a big rig.
Exactly. The system can actively help you avoid low bridges, roads with weight restrictions, sharp turns that are impossible for a large truck. It means fewer nasty surprises, fewer dangerous maneuvers, fewer tickets. It tailors the route for your vehicle.
That alone sounds like a huge stress reducer.
It is. Then you add real-time traffic and weather updates. These tools let you know ahead of time if you need to reroute to avoid a massive jam, or steer clear of a nasty storm system or dangerous road conditions. It's all about being proactive, staying ahead of problems instead of getting caught in them.
Right, instead of reacting when it's too late.
Precisely. And another big one, many trucks now have predictive maintenance monitoring. The truck can actually alert you before something major breaks down.
Wow. Like predicting a failure?
Kind of, yeah. Based on sensor data, this cuts down hugely on unexpected downtime, getting stuck on the side of the road, expensive emergency repairs, and just the massive stress of being stranded. So yeah, think of it all as this ultimate smart toolbox making your drive smoother, safer, and honestly, a lot less stressful. It gives you foresight, better info than ever, empowers you to make smarter calls out there.
It really sounds like this tech is transforming the job. And I like how you put it empowering drivers. But let's be crystal clear here, and it's worth saying again, no gadget, no piece of software can ever replace the actual skill, the judgment, the experience of a real human truck driver.
Couldn't agree more. Absolutely essential point.
That human element, that expertise built over thousands, millions of miles, it's irreplaceable.
Totally. The tech is a tool. It augments, it assists, it doesn't replace. What's important is seeing that when it's used right, this technology empowers you, the driver. It doesn't make your skill less valuable, it actually enhances it.
Oh, so?
It helps you drive smarter, protects your time, keeps you safer, backs you up with hard evidence if someone points a finger unfairly. If we try and connect all these pieces together,
Yeah.
the ELDs, the safety systems, the dash cams, the smart navigation, it's all part of creating this ecosystem of care and support. It surrounds you, assists you every mile you drive.
An ecosystem of care and support. That's a fantastic way to frame it. Not control, but care. What we've talked about today really paints a picture of transformation, doesn't it? From maybe seeing these things as spy tools to realizing they're more like genuine sidekicks or co-pilots in the cab.
Exactly.
And it feels especially relevant as we acknowledge Driver Appreciation Week 2025, which is coming up September 14th to the 20th.
And that idea of appreciation, that's really the core of it. The road is long, no doubt. It's challenging, full of surprises. But the message here is you're not really alone out there. The tech, it's not some spy. It's your sidekick. It's designed to look out for you. It really isn't about control. It truly is about care, about support, about making a tough, essential job just that little bit safer and more manageable.
Well said. And to every single one of you listening right now, maybe you're a driver, maybe you work in the industry, maybe you just rely on the goods they deliver. We want to echo that deep appreciation. Thank you. Thank you for every mile you drive. Thank you for every load you haul. Thank you for literally moving the world.
Here, here.
And maybe as you go about your day today, just think about this. What other technologies are in your own life? Think maybe felt a bit intrusive at first, but are actually working behind the scenes, kind of like unseen co-pilots, looking out for your interests or just making things run a little smoother, something to mull over. That's our deep dive for today.